Do you think I've lost my edge?
Yes.
Yeah, you deliberately told me you're not saying the N-word anymore, so that's literally the
Why would you
definition.
deliberately
Is that
make
the
that
line?
choice?
I asked him. He had no reason.
I got black friends. I got black friends.
That's not a good enough reason. Sorry, but that doesn't cut it with me.
Yeah,
No.
like I don't think
You
that's
got
a
white
good
friends
reason
too,
either.
and I think you owe us something.
Oh yeah, dude, I say cracker all day, baby.
How is
That's
that okay?
not what I meant.
Why is that
no,
acceptable?
that's not. Why is that? Yeah, why is it okay for you to say that?
I mean,
Huh? That's what I want to know.
because I'm white.
I don't.
No, you're Persian.
When you think about it, we're all 100% black.
You know how people do like 23andMe and they're like, "Whoa, I'm 1% African." It's like the opposite for me, where I'm like, "Whoa, some fucking limey Brit managed to slide in here at some point and taint my perfect mocha blood."
Yeah, you see like 1% Serbian, you're like, "Yes, I'm white." Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
But yeah, you think I'm losing my edge? Because I was listening to that LCD Sound System album where he's like, "I'm losing my edge," and it just got me thinking. I used to stand for something. I don't know what it was, but
yeah, I'm not really sure either. I mean, you used to quote more rap lyrics.
I mean, does that make you a racist for quoting more rap music?
Well, I'm not saying I was a racist. I'm saying I had edge.
Yeah, there are other types of edge.
Yeah,
son.
dude.
Jesus Christ. My God, there's other avenues to explore.
Yeah, like
I brought up the
counterculture.
N-word because I think that's sort of the apex, the sort of the magnum opus of the edge attitude.
Well,
Is it really
like,
edgy? Just saying, like, it is edgy saying the word, but like, if you're not meaning it to be racist, is it really an edge?
Well, that's the thing, is that the fact that it is generally frowned upon in society, but you continue to do it, I think is inherently edgy. You know, it's like going against a cultural norm is kind of where edge
system.
comes from. It's yes, rebellion through use of racial epithets, baby.
I feel like that's like every 12-year-old at this point in this generation.
That's how I make a difference.
It's like
what's that?
It's like that generalized meme culture thing where like you look at memes from like 10 years ago and they're all harmless.
Amazing.
Whereas memes now are just like inaudible noises with a picture under it.
I've been bringing back old memes, just like walking, because this is part of my bringing back my edge. Is I've started quoting old memes really, really close to people's faces in my house. So like my roommate Nick will be on the couch, and I'll just run up to him and yell, "This is Sparta," just to really stuff like that. You know, like one of my friends is bringing back Soulja Boy, like Crank Dat. So it's
why would you bring that
back in for sure?
What? Because
that's good.
I mean, come on, it's a great dance.
That's an amazing cultural moment. Yeah. Where's the beef?
Oh yeah, where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mr. T ate my balls. You know.
Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Just bring back Chuck Norris.
Oh yeah, I brought that one back.
Chuck Norris is hilarious.
Chuck Norris jokes for sure.
Brody Quest.
Brody Quest is still good.
It's still a good song, yeah, you know.
I can summon, like, without even thinking about it, I know the entirety of that This Is Sparta remix song. Like, one of my friends just started, like, humming it, and, you know, you get the timing. It's ingrained in me forever.
This is Sparta Nightcore.
There you go. Nyan Cat.
Is it? Do you really pronounce it Nyan?
Nyan.
Nyan Cat. It says it in the song.
I mean,
but I'm just imagining, like 7 a.m, like people are waking up and you're like making coffee, in the kitchen, and someone walks in, and you're just like, "Let me waking up," and they just go, "Oh."
It's quite. You're just not far
turn
off.
around.
Literally, Nick will be eating cereal, and I'll just run up to him and scream, "What does the fox say?" and just shit like that. The worst ones.
And then he spits out his cereal like the guy.
Yeah. We just pick up a bunch of meme faces. Oh my god, birds.
Sitting at table.
Good times.
Honestly, that was a simpler time.
It's like I could live alone, but it's so fun to have victims. just people who have no choice. They're just like they're just going about their day, and you could just run at them and yell bullshit for like 8 years ago.
It seems like the main appeal of roommates is just how miserable can you make other people. It's like a contest.
Yeah, I win.
I would definitely
every time.
done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, David and I used to play Smash, and like we would have fun doing it. And now I
love that it's always past tense.
Yeah,
now.
no.
You've moved on.
We used to have fun doing it, but now it's serious.
Now I don't feel anything.
Now it's no. Now I feel nothing but rage.
Oh, you feel too much.
I used to think of Ethan as a pretty calm, level-headed person. But after hearing him call David a sociopath because he didn't like how he was playing Smash.
He specifically learned the most busted way to play to annoy me.
Now who's dishing out sociopath? I called you a sociopath in Japan because you were like bringing your backpack into stores. And you thought that was ridiculous.
But this is different.
I gotta go
David
turn my
said
heater
that
off.
he
I'll
felt
be back
like
in
you
10
were going to
seconds.
get violent with him.
Yeah, no. It's just him and his paranoid mind. Paranoid, schizophrenic, sociopathic, narcissistic mind.
I wouldn't consider David any of those things.
Well, you haven't seen him at his worst. That's the thing, is that he chooses who he reveals his true self to, you know? He's like, hey...
The trick with David is that if you put your fingers into the shape of a gun and hold it to him, like really aggressively, he'll just start crying. So if you really need to set him straight, you can just get him with that one.
Anyway, so I'm now officially back to being edgy Ethan.
Oh, sweet, you're back.
All right, let's hear the N-word.
No,
Yeah,
not
Right
we just discussed this. This is not what edginess is.
Oh, okay, well you could say it.
Hashtag not my edge.
You could say it backwards. You could say soft A.
Reagan.
Rigatoni. Riggins is my favorite character in Friday Night Lights. But anyways,
if you need context, that's fine. We'll give you good reason to say it later. I'll set you up. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm gonna be reading fucking Huckleberry Finn or some shit. Just
yeah. I got your back.
Anyways, this is an anime podcast.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yes, sure.
I'll talk about something that isn't anime.
No, okay.
I don't know.
Want to save that for later? You know,
it doesn't have to be anime.
Split it up.
Okay, so we if we're gonna talk about anime, let's just get to it then. We watched Ao Haru Ride.
Oh, I'll say it again.
Ao Haru Ride. Help me pronounce this, please, God.
It's not an easy. I'm not even sure I can do it.
Ao Haru Ride.
You really got to separate those last two R's. Ao Haru Ride.
Yeah,
Ao Haru Ride.
Or else you just sound like
you're
ride. Pronouncing your W's as R's.
The way you're rolling your way through those W's.
Ao Haru Ride.
So yeah, this is one of those shoujo animes.
We really wanted to get into some shoujo action. And have we really done a true shoujo yet?
No. I mean, we kind of rushed
really
the maybe a little bit last week or on the last episode, you know. But that's not even really. That's just kind of romance. This is dyed in the wall, true for realsies, straight up shoujo action, no fooling.
There is no ambiguity here. This is
uncut.
Shoujo. Yeah.
Freebase in it.
Blue Spring Ride. It was a manga from 2011 to 2015 by Mrs. I assume Io Sakisaka, which is a wild last name. Mm-hmm. The anime aired in summer of 2014, and I watched it as it aired live.
Oh my god!
On the scene, all on my own. And it's by Production IG.
What was I mean, so you witnessed this as it was coming out. Was it? How was it? Was it kind of popular? Were people watching this thing? What was the deal?
I don't remember it getting a ton of attention.
I remember.
No.
I watched this
do?
also. I was actually reading it when it came out, and was excited for the anime because I remembered the manga being pretty good reading it in high school, and I didn't think many people liked it. I feel like a lot of people were kind of down on the adaptation in comparison to the manga in general.
Well, that's how it always goes when it comes to adaptation.
I feel like part of me thinks this is an
95% of the
especially
time.
bad case. Because the manga was fairly long.
Well, yeah.
And this was a 12-episode anime.
Yeah, how far into the manga do you remember?
I don't even remember. I know it didn't end, and by the time the anime came out, it still wasn't over. So that was enough to tell me not to watch the anime.
It had another year to go.
Kind of some Full Metal Alchemist action going on here, and
every other manga adaptation of all time.
But you know, sure, you know, like the latter half is like, oh fuck, we need to wrap things up a little bit, but we don't know what's going to happen.
No, that's not how it ever goes. They just end on a chapter that's slightly more emotionally conclusive than the other ones, but it's very, very few manga adaptations actually have anything resembling an ending. They're just advertisements.
I think ending
for
was
the comic.
But might have been a little bit strong. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
sure
you're not going to get the most crazy conclusion. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, I can just get right into it, I guess.
That would be great. Well, maybe I should do the first few episodes because those are the ones that I watched.
Sure.
Because I watched it already. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I went through the first three to refresh my memory.
Yes.
So episode 1 starts out in a flashback to the 7th grade.
Yes.
Magical time. Very watercolor. All the flashbacks super splashy.
Yes, and also literally the first shot of the entire show is shoujo bubbles. Like it literally just begins on pink and orange shoujo bubbles on the screen. It's great.
Basically, it's raining and our girl hides in like a shrine and she makes eye contact with this boy, and his cool opening line is the subs have it as something like, "The weather's crazy, huh?" And I thought I like to think of it as really coming down, huh?
Yep, for sure.
It's just great.
Or how about that?
She seems to love it. And then they sort of get to know each other, and this is also they're kind of speed through this because it's just exposition. But he invites her to this summer festival, and she gets stood up.
No.
It turns out he changed schools during summer vacation, and she never saw him again. And the girl's name is Yoshioka Futaba. Everyone calls her Futaba. And the boy's name is Tanaka. And then flash forward, they're in high school, freshman year. And then this is when my memory started coming back to me. She's friends with these gyarus for a little while. These bitches, man. And then later she ditches them and gets back with the moe girl whose name is Yuri. The friends, they do the thing that girls in fiction do where they hate another girl just because she's cute, which is something that's never happened.
I never say never.
It's something that probably doesn't happen very often.
No.
As one great Joe Pesci would say, it's the bitches that'll get us.
Oh God!
It doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about.
Anyways, so she's the protagonist is suppressing her femininity, so that she's
well, yeah, that's another kind of plot point. Is she's trying to be unappealing to boys by like acting really casual and eating a lot, which is another really stupid fucking thing. It's like I'm one of the guys. No one's going to be interested in this.
Yes.
Who would find this appealing?
I'm much more... guys just want uptight bitches who don't let them have any fun.
Or moe blobs. There's no market for cash chicks who like to eat bread.
Not in my life, that's fucking sure.
No, so that's a dumb plan.
I'm on a keto diet. They better be too.
Female keto. Being keto in Japan must be fucking rough as shit. You got nothing but like dry salmon from the convenience stores, and I don't even know.
And you
what
just
else.
drink oil
Water?
at that point.
Or you could just always not do a diet.
Well, I mean that's kind of defeats the purpose of the hypothetical scenario I was setting up, Sam.
The Japanese don't have to worry about it anyway because they all live to like 98 or whatever, so it's not a big deal.
Dude, that sounds like hell.
You get to feed pigeons and hang out in your apartment.
I'll take whatever years you do not want. Those I will happily take them from you.
Then you'd be getting like 40 years.
Movie. Transfer me all your time.
Oh man, I saw that in theaters.
just like as a joke.
I don't remember. I remember. I think JT was in The Social Network, and I'm like, oh fuck, he's a good actor. And then I saw he was in something, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give him a shot. And then it's like a really kind of embarrassing vigilante film in a way where it's like we're gonna take down the system, and it has like the best car crash ever.
I've seen that car crash. Yeah, that shit's wild.
Anyway.
Yeah, so then she runs into this teacher, except, well, I guess we find out he's a teacher immediately, but he looks like Tanaka, but he's taller, and he has a mole, and so that, I remember watching this the first time and being kind of confused, and more confused later, but anyways, then there's more that she eats a lot, there are these guys, like, talk, it's one of those shows where you just overhear every piece of gossip, even if they're 20 feet away, or they're just talking loud enough so the person can hear them. These guys are just like, man, this girl's cute, and then she just starts eating some bread, and they're like, ew, let's leave. Fucking gross.
Oh,
if you're trying to find a girl, look, there's a lot of different types out there, but if you're trying to find a girl who doesn't like bread, you are fucked.
So yeah,
man.
don't even talk to Oprah.
That's the first thing they go for on any plate. I've known girls that basically eat only pasta and bread. Like, that's why they're all mentally ill. There's no way you're going to find a girl like that.
All women are just mentally ill.
I've known girls with severe gluten allergies who will just pound spaghetti and like that guys like they're like, I'm like, what, don't you have a gluten allergy? But they're like, it's so good though.
I don't know if they actually have a gluten allergy, man. And then real Tanaka comes along and catches her bun midair as she drops it, and then he says something. My subs translated it as unattractive bread, and then he walks away. And I popped that sucker straight into Google Translate, and it came up as like no sex appeal bread, and I don't know what the fuck he said. I would really need to.
You have to really understand the language. Yeah,
there must be some crazy intricacies going on in there. But that
needs a full page long translator note, like just fill the entire fucking frame with it.
I need Vlad Nabokov to fucking get into the like translation. What the fuck is going on?
This is a reference to the Tale of Genji, like page 4532, and anyway,
it's a synthesis of Odyssey and
Voyage to the West.
Yeah. But she runs after him, and this ain't Tanaka because he's got the wrong name, or so she thinks. But then she runs into him on her way home, and they end up at the same shrine that they met at years ago. And his cool way of revealing that he is in fact the Tanaka is he says the same thing about the weather.
Oh my god.
He says, weather's crazy, huh? Which is basically just like one tiny step away from that line in Daily Lives of High School Boys where he's like, the wind is sad today.
Oh, but it gets the girls going.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Man, that show's genius. It's still relevant to this day.
Oh my god! Imagine being a girl and the dude remembers exactly what he said to you 3 years ago. Oh man.
Well, no, also he's hot because otherwise it would be the creepiest fucking thing ever. But
dude,
cool,
see, I don't want my anime to imitate real life, where just because you're attractive means you're automatically less creepy. This is supposed to be my self-insert fantasies.
I want to know what anime you've been watching where that's not a omnipresent rule.
I haven't been watching enough anime recently.
Oh, okay. You just haven't found it. That cool anime where all the ugly people are the cool ones. That's out there.
Sword Art Online. I don't fucking know.
There you go.
I had a joke.
No one in Sword Art Online is fuckable. There's that one that has AIDS.
There's a character with AIDS?
Well, she doesn't have HIV, so I guess you could still fuck her.
Wait. What the fuck?
There was an AIDS subplot.
Where, what have I been missing?
Is this like Gale Gun Online?
No, that was the second half of the second season of Sword Art Online.
Huh?
Wow.
There's a character who has an immune disorder, and she develops AIDS. And it's actually one of the better parts of Sword Art Online. It's very sad. Very sad scene of them all in the game.
Well, that's super real.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty real.
Shout out.
Everything in Sword Art Online is pretty real, man.
Did you see that the most recent season?
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
It's just like us here now.
Did you see that the most recent season had a rape scene?
What season?
The most recent season of Sword Art.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it was almost rape. They were just kind of like licking him a bunch.
Yeah.
There should be a race to the bottom to who can do the worst rape scene in anime. Because
that SAO scene was it was so ridiculous because it was just like they're all bug-eyed and just freaking out like and just licking them on the armpits and shit as the guy who has to save them is just like losing his mind and his he pops a blood vessel in his eye and his eye starts bleeding and he's like and as they just keep cutting to these guys licking these girls. It is so fucking retarded. It was amazing. Yeah, that's my top contender for now. I don't know if that's the worst or the best though.
It's all relative. It's all relative. Depends on if you're looking up or if you're looking down, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
sure.
So we're under the shrine. Now.
Yeah. His name is Mabuchi now because he went back to his mother's maiden name. Parents got divorced, and he is super cool and suave now. He's cool shoujo guy where he's like, yeah. Well,
he's definitely a stoic,
very. Yeah. But like a cool stoic. He gives a little smirk.
I mean, in anime, being stoic in general is just cool.
That's cool, dere. And then later back in school, Futaba gets slandered by the lunch lady, accused of stealing all these carbs. And her friends won't defend her, but Ko comes in and defends her honor, and calls the lunch lady an old hag, and then it's the classic shoujo dichotomy. Helps her out, defends her, and then a few seconds later, he's like, "You're so fake now," and walks away.
You're nice fake friends, that kind of. That's just that shoujo trope, baby. Mm-hmm. Nothing flashy. It's just doing the dance. It's doing the shoujo dance, and it's doing it real good.
It's serenading me.
Yes.
With the shoujo steps. Then episode 2, not much happens. It's a flashback of them playing tag in middle school, or like hide and go seek tag or something. They call it cops and robbers or something. I don't know. That's just these flashbacks are just sort of to establish that they really liked each other when they were 12, I guess. And then back to present time, we see Yuri again. The girl that the Yarus hate because she acts too cute around the boys. And then we see that she's eating outside by herself. Again, another kind of shoujo trope, or I guess just anime trope, where this girl is too cute and quiet, so she doesn't have any friends.
She's too popular.
Oof.
Well, no, she's not popular.
Well, she's
too popular with the boys.
Yeah.
And then immediately, I don't even know if she knows Futaba, but Futaba starts talking to her, and Yuri immediately just like delves into the intricate details of her personality with no instigation, just like the inner workings of. She's like, yeah, it's just a little different around boys because I'm so nervous. Anyways, here's a little stuffed animal.
I think I don't know. I guess the idea is that she's used to. She recognizes that Futaba's a little bit wary about talking to her because she's a kind of social poison. And she's just immediately throwing out the caveats. But yeah, we get one of those phone charm gift scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
One of those. She's like basically the complete opposite of her main character, where she's completely authentic and it was just a little foil for our main character.
Well, she says she's not. No, it's the same.
Well,
it's the same as the main character, just with boys instead of girls. She acts different around them to get them to like her.
I thought there was a nervousness thing. Maybe my.
Well, it is a nervousness thing, but I'm just saying, like she changes her personality. That's our Futaba makes note of that. Like, wait, I'm doing the same thing as she is. So they're like similar but different. Then we get some interaction with Ko's brother, whose sleeve I think says "Cat Boy."
Yes.
I don't know why this teacher is allowed to dress so cash. Like, what's going on? The students have to wear uniforms, and he's always just got cat-themed, like, sweatshirts on.
Young and hip, man.
I like him, but it's like, I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know if other teachers appreciate that.
A closet full of anime shirts. I want
Post Boy, Bad Guy.
Did you guys watch Uchi? Oh my God, Space Brothers.
I did not, because that shit was like 199 episodes.
Dude, the grandfather in that show had the best anime shirts ever.
Nice.
Just like English phrases.
I actually bought a sweater that says "Pug is dog" because
Pug is dog.
That's an amazing shirt.
I have to find a picture of this.
But yeah, I thought Cat Boys. That's a great one. It's on the sleeve too, which makes it extra awesome.
It's 2 words, you know.
Yes.
I wish there was somewhere I could. If you Google DBZ shirts, it's just obviously just shirts
Goku
with
going Super Saiyan.
Oh yeah, they're all awful. The Pulp Fiction one with the guns, but it's both Goku and Vegeta with the Kamehameha. Oh, it's poorly photoshopped. Holy shit, these are awful.
I think we should ban that image from. I would be fine with omitting that image from the movie if images of that were never made ever again.
Yeah, it's the what's it going to be, the 30th anniversary? Just get rid of that shot. It's done.
No more Calvin and Hobbes references.
It's like removing the Twin Towers from movies. Like, just don't put the 2 guys pointing the guns in there. Don't subject us to any more of it. So then, episode 2, also, Futaba has a fight with her friends. She yells at him for being bitches. She's like, uses bitches, I think is what she says. I couldn't really... that's me trying to interpret the sort of Japanese-ish, vague, I don't know what they're really mad about talk that they always do. But now she's friends with Yuri.
She got a friend!
And she's kind of upset about how her other friends left her, so she starts crying, and Ko brings her in to hug, so no one sees her. Big little hug there. So episode 2.
I hope you're ready for a lot of those. I hope you're ready for a lot of stuff like that to happen in this show.
Just as the song with lyrics kicks in.
Yes.
Which they do 2 episodes in a row here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
In the exact same moment. Yeah, it's great. Already a little bit, though, breaking away from the traditional shoujo formula, because they did not kiss in the first episode. So he did not forcibly kiss her in the first episode.
I have a question.
What's that?
What is your favorite example of the ending coming on over the last scene in anime?
I mean, Gurren Lagann did that a lot. That was kind of cool. I really liked Sanbika from Kill la Kill.
I really remember the Anohana one.
Oh, right, yeah.
That is a
was one of the first ones.
fantastic.
It's gotta
one.
be it. It's probably mine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
that
it.
makes you weep, boy. That's heavy.
Yeah, those are the ones that immediately.
It's like it's either gotta be Gurren Lagann because it does it like to the nth degree. And I mean, come on.
I'm rewatching Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones does it really well. Also,
Yeah, they do. Game of Thrones knows exactly what the fuck to do with their music. But those are two great examples. The Anohana one's a good call
Steins Gate did it pretty well a couple times, I think I remember.
Steins Gate's really good at everything, though.
I'll watch it eventually.
It's good.
Yeah,
okay,
Toradora.
Oh my god, Toradora. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Clannad After Story. Clannad After Story hits that shit. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Toradora was the first anime to make me cry.
I remember you saying FMA did that really well too, Ethan.
Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist is another one just does everything well.
Yeah, I just don't think FMA had the best endings.
Yeah, but how about that Brotherhood ending though?
Yeah.
Anyways, we should.
Yeah, I watched episode 3, which is the last one that I watched.
Did we cover him running around? Or she goes chasing after Ko after trying to apologize to her friends and they reject her.
Yeah. Wait, is that? That's in the next one, isn't it?
That's the end of episode 2.
Oh, what happens?
So basically, she goes to talk to her friends, her the previous friends that she chewed out, and they say like, well, if you think that way, we're not going to hang out with you anymore. And then she's like, oh my god, I've gotten rid of my shitty friends, just like Ko said. I got to go talk to him and let him know. And she runs through the hall screaming Ko, and then he ends up finding her instead. She's just like, oh my god, where is he? And he's like, yo. Comes up behind her all hot like, That's that shit.
All right. Is that when he hugs her?
No.
Oh, I must have just missed that. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, episode 3. So this is where we've settled the brother stuff that I was confused about before, the first time I watched it. Because at first I was like, oh, okay, Ko's a teacher now or something because he looks a lot like him. And then it's like, okay, wait, no, he changed into a school uniform. And then it's like, okay, I guess they're just brothers. And I was supposed to infer that even though they never explain it. And then like an entire episode later, you're like, oh, now they're just explaining it. So I'm not sure what I was supposed to think before. Fucking, I don't know. Were you confused by that also? I hope.
There was a 2-second period where I was, and then I'm like, oh, they're going to be brothers. And then they were. Then they were brothers.
And then they just explain, and you're like, oh, I didn't need that.
Yeah.
So, and then they're walking home, and Ko says sorry for standing her up back in mid-school. And I think, I wasn't really paying attention, but I think it's their second year now. And now there's 2 other characters. There's a quiet, moody girl named Suko. And there's a flamboyant, cheerful boy named Kominato Aya, who's voiced by a man simply named Ken.
He got it, huh? Ken?
There is no last name. He is Ken with 2 N's.
When you're submitting your name change to the Japanese government, they really have to do a background check to see if anyone else is named Ken with 2 N's, and that's it.
Looks like no one thought of this. You're a genius. Congratulations.
That's crazy. That's how he got the job. He's got that spunk that we need for this role.
What would you say is your biggest flaw? I waited too long to change my name to Ken.
Oh, yo!
Name a time you overcame adversity. Well, why don't you take a look at my name here? Every day I'm faced with adversity. There's 2 spaces on the spot you fill out your name. I have to put K-E-N on one line, N on the other, but I figured it out.
That's crazy.
It works perfectly.
Get this man a gig.
So then, episode 3 also consists of, they're in this new class, they're meeting these people. They need to choose a class rep. Futaba volunteers because she needs to make a change because it's new year, new her. And then Ko goes too. So they're both class presidents, reps, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the other 3 characters.
All of our characters do it.
Obviously, are also representatives. Wait, 3. It's the boy and the girl and...
The cute. You get cute girl, you get moody girl, and
Oh,
you
right,
get blonde
cute girl,
dude.
yes.
Yep.
You.
They all go for it.
So then they're all the government now, or something. I don't know
Yes.
how it works. They all whip the children when they're doing bad job. They come in like the guys in Takashi's Castle and whip them with the butt.
Well, no, it's more like they quip over everything. They're like, oh my God, he hit himself in the balls.
They have a little square in the bottom right of the screen where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, so is ne.
We should have watched some of that while we were over there. I'm sure it aired at some point when we were awake.
We saw some, yeah. They sucked. You know?
Do you like the? I don't think I can ever pronounce it, but the Gaki no
Sky?
Yeah, that's just phenomenal.
I've seen tons of clips of that, obviously. That was probably the show I was thinking of, which was the one where they whipped the butts. I don't know.
Probably that show where like you
Silent
always
High
have the
School.
bubble of the really excited-looking Japanese man at the bottom.
Oh
Sure, yeah.
boy,
Of course.
it's all their shows. It's so crazy. But
Yeah.
so yeah, episode 4, baby.
Yeah, you're up. That's where my
Okay.
knowledge ends.
We're
No,
going
I'll
on
remember
a
it.
trip. We're going on a trip.
School trip?
No. Just our class reps are going on a trip. It's
Where?
a leadership training workshop in the woods.
Wait, why? This show got weird. I should have kept watching.
And this certainly won't result in any awkward sexual situations between our characters, having them away from everybody else. You know?
Oh, no, you're
Oh,
covered
boy.
in leeches. Looks like I have to suck them off.
There we go. Oh, there's some in your pants.
Summon your pussy. Oh, my God, that's terrible.
That's really bad. It's probably going to result in an infection. or
These leeches can
something.
only be removed via suck.
Your pH levels are fucked. Anyway,
Looks like I have to, semen is a very alkaline
Oh my gosh.
fluid.
the most on the nose.
Is that true? I have my phone. I can look that up. No, trust me. I'm a biologist. I read a
Okay.
Wikipedia article.
So they're going on this field trip, whatever. And so our protagonist goes to pick up Ko or Tanaka from his house, and he's shirtless. And she's like, "Boy, yoing yoing, awooga, or yoing yoing yoing," and so she touches his skin, and it's really smooth. Anyway,
And he looks very smooth.
so she goes in her place for a bit, and then they go to the trains. They go to the bus station together, or the train station together, to go to the bus station. And
Japan, baby.
yes, the most Japanese experience ever, except for the woods part. And so she accidentally left her bag at his spot, so they don't make it to the bus, so they have to take the train there together. And it's a little bit cute because he falls asleep on her, and she's like, "Oh, she's heavy." Anyway. We arrive late and get a scolding from one of the teachers or whatever. At this point, Ko's cool guy facade starts to break, and he's just blushing every 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's not that cool, He's just a little bit cooler. He's more reserved.
And so they have to stay up late that night doing an essay about why they were late and how they're never going to be late again and shit. And
That's what we would have had to do if we were late to something in Japan. Just like some cop would have come out of an alleyway and been like, "Oi,
promise to never do that again."
oi, kisama."
So at one point, their faces get dangerously close together because they're both over the top of their desks and they both look up at the same time. And it's I put at this point my my notes get a little bit interesting.
Oh no,
Oh boy.
my notes are sticking together for some reason.
So it seems like he's a little bit depressed. And here are my notes. Oh my God, my pussy is so wet. I can save him.
Oh.
You're really role playing like the sort of archetypal viewer.
He asks if she loves him, and she freaks out and brushes him off because she's acting like a prude.
I remember that scene when they're on the desk. That was nice. You were right. My pussy probably was wet back in 2014.
Anyways, so it seems like it's the next day. They're doing a trash cleanup thing, and cute girl sneaks. She wanders off to use the restroom or some bullshit, and she runs across quiet girl, quiet dark hair girl,
Yuri.
talking.
Oh wait, no, the other one, Musa. No.
Talking to Ko's brother, Sexy Teach, and it seems like she's into him, and he obviously can't reciprocate, and he lets it down easy. But cute girl overhears the entire thing and is like, "Oh man, what's gonna happen with this?" And anyways, where do we go from here? Murao is the name of the girl. Murao. Those letters don't go together. What the fuck, Japan? Anyway, so
is Ethan a little bit choppy?
Just call her Suko. Yeah, it's Discord. Of course, he's choppy. As long as neither of you two are downloading anything.
A girl confesses to Ko, which makes our protagonist jealous. And then we get some misunderstandings with these like senior dudes who are hitting on her. And then Ko steps in and says that she's his girlfriend. What?
Oh my gosh!
One of those classic shoujo tropes.
That's an absolute.
This is like everything.
Yep, classic.
Checking literally every single box. And
Most of them.
From this point, her emotions are really, really tied up in what Ko thinks about her, to the point where I started to think it was probably unhealthy, which is just what shoujo is, really.
Of course.
And that's the episode.
Like, yeah, if he hit her, she would be even more enraptured, you know. it's just,
like, but he's so nice to me. It's like Stockholm Syndrome at times. Like, but so, next episode...
I mean, that literally happens in Tonari no Kaibutsu, My Little Monster.
Oh my gosh,
he hits her at least twice, I want to say. Not out of anger, just because he's a dumbass. But still, it's clearly like, he's dangerous.
That was a really powerful punch. He fucking broke my nose. Oh, it's hot.
He really fucking decks her at one point. Hilarious.
So, next episode is orienteering. They're doing some orienteering. Got maps, they're walking
baby.
around. This is apparently about
blue dream buried in the woods.
This is about leadership, I guess. So, yeah, they do this thing where they have to guess what's in some juice, yada yada yada.
In some juice?
Yeah. So there's they go to this table. They find this table, which is one of their they have to solve this riddle to get a clue or whatever, and they got to drink this juice and determine what's in it. And Murao uses her weird ability to suss out flavors to figure out what's going on in that drink.
Like she's drinking a lot of weird juices, huh?
The table is run by the dude that she's into, by Ko's brother. So she puts the extra oomph into it and really pulls apart the flavor profile. I determined I'm not going to recap all the orienteering stuff. And then at this point, I started reflecting on Clannad.
As one does.
It's not a shoujo. Get that shit out of here.
Just think about it's like a harem. It's obviously a harem show, but it just seems really kind of novel to do what it did and go like a super dramatic direction with it in the second season after doing pretty standard harem show stuff. It was already like a little bit more serious than a lot of other harem shows, but
I mean that's what Key has always been.
Shit.
Key has always been good at that.
Yeah, I mean that was what was in the visual novel, right?
Yeah, and like Canon came out before it, and Canon was pretty dramatic and sad.
It just seemed like a risk, but then again, I don't know.
Did Air do that?
Air was pretty depressing, but definitely the low point of Key stuff.
It's super Ugu, I believe.
But yeah, I was just thinking about Clannad. Thinking about Clannad things. Sure. I like that show. Anyways.
It's okay.
Now I'm thinking about Little Busters and how disappointing that anime was.
Man, I remember when Little Busters was the number one on please make an anime of this on everyone's list. For years, it was just like, oh my god, Little Busters adaptation, when? And then they made it and no one cared.
Because it was terrible.
How do you fuck that up? It's just, you do the source material. I don't get it.
It
as long
like
as they're moving,
thing.
As long as the characters are moving, it's already visually more interesting than the VN. Like, how do you fuck that up?
Wild. Mabuchi does some cool guy stuff. Ko does some cool guy stuff where like he carries main character girl, and then cute girl has trouble crossing this stream or whatever.
Oh yeah,
so
I'm skimming through these as you're explaining them, and like, yeah, he has a moment with Yuri. This is concerning.
Right. So obviously that plays into the later elements, because in the next episode, or actually at the end of this episode, we realize that Yuri is now into Ko.
Oh my god!
Such drama. Get ready for a lot of this. So the next episode is, it's like Yuri confesses that she does indeed like Ko for real. And then Yuri is pretty astute and determines that the main character is into Ko. Let's see. She thinks about how she's being conditioned to thinking Ko might be a nice guy. Yuri is just gushing over Ko constantly now whenever she sees him in a very obvious way.
Mm-hmm. Is this I don't know if I remember this or if I'm just assuming, like, does the main character, does Futaba do a thing where she can't admit that she likes him, so she just says, I'm rooting for you, but she's like, oh no.
Of course, yes.
Okay, is that 100% what happens?
That is exactly what happens.
Okay,
but we do,
yeah.
So yeah, we're back at school, by the way. So let's see. We got blonde dude white knighting on Ko because Ko is being an asshole. And
what
then
did he do?
He was just berating, doing shoujo guy stuff, berating the main character. Let's see. Yuri is jealous of the main character because she gets to work on a report thing with Ko about the event that they went to. They stay after class to do it. Let's see. This episode was really annoying to me because it's literally just the drama around can I be in love with Ko if Yuri's in love with her or in love with him?
No.
So
you got dibs, bitch. You had it for years.
That's what I said. You got dibs, son.
Although I guess if she told her that go for it, then she's kind of relinquishing her dibs.
So yeah, they have a conversation where she's like, I have to tell you, I am also into Ko, and Yuri's like, oh, I see. Well, let's not have any hard feelings over this, and whoever he likes let's just be happy for each other, okay? And then Yuri goes to the bathroom and cries a little bit because she knows she don't got no chance. She sees the shoujo shit happening.
Hurts just a little.
And so they let's see. Where the fuck am I?
I think you were in episode 7 there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. So they're staying late to do this report thing. They split up so she's like, hey, just go on ahead. You can go home and I'll drop off the reports in the office. But he waits for her. Oh shit. He waited for her. And she's like, uh-oh, I think he might be into me. And he's laying it out really thick at this point. And she's obsessed. Trap card has been activated. So they go to the train station together because they take the same train. Ko gets on the train, but she doesn't get on. She's like, I left something behind at school because she wants to see if he'll get off the train for her. And oh my god, he stays behind with her and walks with her to school. Sorry, Yuri, we're in full-on love mode at this point. Our girl's into him. So let's see. There's an indirect kissu in episode 7 because like she was like, oh, I left something behind at school, but then she changes her story to like, oh, I'm sick and I don't want to be on the train. Ko buys her a bottle of water, and then he's like, hey, wait a minute, let me have a sip of that. And then she realizes it's going to be an indirect kissu. If they both drink from the same bottle. They're smelling each other a lot at this point. So like things will happen. They smell each other a lot in this. Where
smell?
They smell each other, like catch big old whiffs of each other. Mm-hmm. So during their session where they're doing like the report, she leans in like behind him to grab something or whatever, and she's like, oh, his hair smells so good. I love his musk.
Smell means a lot to ladies.
And then the same thing happens with Ko though, where he's like, it's like, are you wearing perfume? You smell really good. He says that he finds it attractive.
You smell like a baby.
So on her way home, she's like, oh, I want to buy more expensive shampoo to impress Ko. So she does, and then she bumps into this old classmate of hers from middle school after leaving the convenience store. And then we get a flashback to this dude named Naito. This doesn't really play in a significant way. But basically, the long and the short of the flashback is that the friendship she had with this girl in middle school ended because the girl thought that that the main character was into the girl that this girl was into.
So much drama.
Yeah. And she's like, this just reinforces, like, I can't be into Ko because I might lose my best friend. Anyway, episode 8 starts, and my notes are, oh boy, we're still on this because it's just relentless. It's just relentless with, like, oh, can I like him? Like, this is, like, the main drama point for, like, 4 episodes, and it's obnoxious. Let's see. We get some stuff. This is episode 8. Main character bumps into Ko in the middle of the streets, just somehow in, like, the city. And he says he's playing with his little kitty. This little kitty that's got a cute little mitten. You know, it's a black cat with one white paw. And he says that caring about things only leads to pain, and that's why he doesn't take this kitten home, which is a very edgy thing to say. And then main character follows Ko around the city to see where he goes. He's like, what is he doing out here? What could he possibly be doing? And it seems like Ko might be running with a bad crowd. But by bad crowd, it means just a bunch of teenagers sitting in this, like, kind of public area. When this makes her all nervous, because she's like, oh my god, he might be a delinquent now. And she runs up to him and asks, like, what are you doing? And Ko's delinquent friends give him a hard time because she's, like, really concerned about him. And then one of them's like, oh man, she's got some banging titties though. If you're not with her, can I be with her? And this gets Ko very upset.
Right, yeah, so I would be upset too. Like, what banging titty? What are you talking about? She's the boniest shoujo protag. She's like shoujo template number 1. She's a skeleton.
So he gets upset with them, and they leave together.
He's a Steelers shirt.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
Steelers
what?
12. Yeah, no, it's not like it's not the colors of this.
Well,
the fucking,
of course, no, it's a Japanese. It's an anime shirt, so it just says Steelers in, like, Helvetica. In green Helvetica.
So they go kick it on a riverbank, and they have a serious talk about, like, are you drinking and smoking? And he's like, no, they do, but I'm not into that stuff.
Straight edge cool boy.
And then he's like, hey, you should stop letting your guard down, otherwise you might get assaulted.
What?
And then he pins her to the ground and, like, leans in like he's gonna, like, force her to kiss him.
There we go.
But then he flicks her on the forehead because there's no kissing in this one. And then she starts crying out of embarrassment because he thinks that it's because he went too far, but it's because she got all hot and bothered by the near forced makeout. Mm-hmm.
How are we doing in the manga so far, Sam? How close are we? What's going on? Comparisons, contrastions?
I mean, it's pretty similar. It's just, like, the big issue was just... oh, God. I need to think. It was just mainly...
Tell me about it, man.
Why can't I articulate sentences right now? Holy shit.
It's fine.
The issue was it just was speeding through 90% of the things that were important.
Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like in this second half.
And they really focused too much on the melodrama of it all.
Yeah, like, we don't really get a ton of stuff with, like, the side characters.
The side characters were pretty fleshed out, and, like, the issues between the fact that they both like the same person were a lot more realized in the manga compared to what you were.
It really seems like she's worried about nothing.
Yeah, because if they don't develop the issue, this show just sounds like shit. Because
but she's just repeating it over and over again, but we never have any sort of real reason for her to believe that it's going to be that serious. I guess she has the flashback thing, but that doesn't directly involve Cute Girl. So it's just kind of her being anxious and worried, which isn't super good content, I think. So episode, unless you have any other thoughts, I'm going to...
not really. I don't have very strong opinions about anything other than the anime wasn't very good.
So main character reflects on Ko not caring. and it seems like he's probably bipolar or something. It seems like, and this is where they introduce the idea that he might drop out of school, because he's so depressed it doesn't see any point in going. And so main character starts dolling herself up to really appeal to him. Like, she's doing the whole 9 yards, putting on makeup and wearing lipstick. But Ko sees it, and he wipes her lipstick off and then leaves the room, saying that she doesn't need it.
Oh my god, the most nice guy thing you could do.
Queen.
It's a little bit possessive because he just wipes it off with his finger, you know. So it's pretty shoujo in that regard. Let's see. Then we bump into some honor students. So Mabuchi and Blonde Dude they're going through the hallway, and these honor students who are like the dorkiest dorks you could imagine, like buck teeth, glasses, like fucking nerd ass nerds.
It's what I would be in an anime.
They start dogging him. They just start dogging him because apparently Ko was in honors classes at one point but dropped out of them. So Blonde Dude threatens them. He like grabs them by the fucking grabs one of them by the tie and pulls them close, and he's like, "Hey, stop being hoe ass bitches." And he's a real G for that. And then let's see. Yuri ends up having a conversation with Ko's sexy brother about Ko's poor midterm scores. And he's like, yeah, Ko used to be a bit of a whiny-ass hoe, but now he became really stoic after a horrible tragedy that we're going to reveal in like 2 episodes, if you haven't put it together already.
Dark past.
So for the friends, the gang decides that they're going to have a study party at Ko's, and they're not they're doing it. So they send him a text. It's like, hey, we're going to be over in like 5 minutes. And he's like just waking up in bed. And he goes to lock the door, but they bust in before he's able to lock it. So they're having a study party in his room while he's trying to sleep, which is pretty funny. He's like obviously reluctant at first, doing the whole I'm too cool for this thing. And then he rolls out of bed and smacks some chippy chips. And then, because they got snackies for the study session. So then we get a really, they're studying and he's getting into it, and there's a little bit of flirting going on. And then Yuri and Ko head downstairs, and Yuri's planning on confessing to him at this point. But, and it seems like she might have, but we learn in episode 10 that's not the case. Main character's all upset because she's like, what the fuck happened? Why won't anybody tell me if Yuri confessed or not? Because Yuri won't say anything, and she's acting really, really down. And Ko won't say anything, and he's like, hey, it's not a big deal. Which just makes her, oh my god, it makes her so nosy, and she really, really needs to know, because she's obsessed.
Of course.
So it turns out that Yuri, when she was downstairs with Ko, she took him in the other room to confess, and then she saw the shrine for Ko's dead mom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because that's why he's all depressed and bummed, is because his mom's all dead.
Checkbox. Dead mom.
It's a little bit more involved than that, but that's the thrust of it, is that his mom died, and then a main character starts bawling. She's crying a fucking river, and he's comforting her. And I start just mashing my keyboard. Just fuck already. And it seems like they're going to make out because he's wiping her tears and like they're leaning
next
in.
to the dead mom. Come on, show some respect,
and then,
damn it.
But the brother walks in just when things are starting to get steamy. And this is a fucking cock tease ass show, is my note, because I'm just like, god damn, like this is one of the worst in that regard that I've seen.
I mean, to be more literal, it is a vagina tease show.
Yeah.
Because it's for the ladies.
It's all in your imagination, Negro. Oh, what did he know about the buttery flow? He need to cut the ego.
There's that.
See, there we go.
We're back, baby.
That was so edgy.
Back.
Oh man, I need to leave this chat.
So, yeah, they cry over this shit. Yuri main character apologizes to Yuri for being all nosy about her business at the roof of the school, and they hug and agree they say that they love each other. And they're like, we got to do more study sessions. So now episode 11 basically entirely follows Ko, and it covers his past with his mom. So she gets all cancered up, and he blames himself for not noticing that she was falling ill because he was spending all of his time studying instead of like she's like, hey, you should come down to dinner. He's like, oh, but Mom, you want me to get into a good school. So his priorities are fucked, and he wasn't there for her when he needed to be, and it makes him really guilty. They have a study session, but Ko dips. He's like, yeah, we should do another study session, but he dips out, and let's see.
Well, she touches this dude's dick. I'm looking at this frame here.
Yes.
What?
So Ko dips, and they figure out that Ko left the library, and they're like, we gotta go find him. So main character, in her haste to leave, bumps into somebody, and then falls down and accidentally grabs his cock.
Wait, is this some random guy? This looks like the...
Just a random guy.
Oh, okay.
Not blonde.
He looks like a character because his hair is orange.
Not main character, or not blonde dude. Okay. So it's just an embarrassing scene for her. And it turns out Ko was back out on the skrizzies. He's on the streets again, hanging with his bad boys.
Back out on the streets. Time for me to get the Switch.
So, dude, you want to fucking play some Tetris 99 if you're getting the Switch? But anyway.
Yes, I need to distract myself from the fact that my boy's on the streets by playing some Breath of the Wild.
There you go. So they're back out on the streets. She goes and gets him again. He leaves. He looks very depressed at this point, and like even his weird, delinquent friends in air quotes are like, wait, hey man, are you okay? And one of them is like, nah, this is just how he acts. So main character goes and snags him. They go home, walking along a riverbank, and he says that she's lucky to be able to have a second chance because she got to restart her life. She got to you had some trauma, but now you're able to. But I'm not able to move on. I don't get another chance with my mommy.
Also, if you like riverbanks, this is a show that's got some of that.
Yeah, it got a couple scenes. A lot of critical scenes happen towards the end of the show near riverbanks. And
then it looks like she gets on top of him.
Yeah, so she bumps into him and knocks him over because she's like, "Hey, you're being an idiot. You could totally live a normal life now."
You could be smart.
He pulls her tight, and they both start to cry in a nice embrace. And then we're on to the final episode.
Crying together is like, in terms of girls, that's like better than sex to them. So really, she's gone to like 8th base now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so Ko is finally letting himself be vulnerable. They break their embrace in a pretty romantic way. And it seems like it's like she's going to confess to him for real. But then her stomach starts gurgling like crazy because she's a big old eater girl. And he's like, hey, do you want to go grab food together? But she's like, no, I saw your brother cooking at home earlier. You should probably go eat with him. And she walks home and she's all hyped because apparently she feels like she's made some good progress with him. And they both look up at the night sky at the same time, like at different areas of the town or the city. And they superimpose both of them against the night sky together, and it's pretty hot. And then, Ko goes. He goes home, and he sees that his dad is home, and he goes up to his room, because he doesn't want to eat with his dad. And he's like, "No, I'm gonna have this opportunity to change my life, and set things straight." So he goes down and eats with his pap, and he has a conversation with him about how he how he feels a little bit guilty about what happened with his mom, and his dad's like, your mom wasn't that type of way, son. She doesn't she wouldn't have cared about that. She loved you, and this kind of resolves some of that guilt that he has.
She loved you even more than she loved chain smoking.
Apparently not though.
Yeah. Because
if she did, she would have stopped.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, it turns out. That Ko decides that it's going to be a study day. He's the one that decides that they're going to study together. Everyone's like, "What, Nani?" And so they study, get a montage, and we get the results. Montages.
They get the results of their finals, and Ko beat everybody. He performed the best out of any of the friends. And summer's here, baby. So we get some nice stuff of everything's all nice and lush, and the sun's shining, and main character says, only good things are going to happen now. But Murao is still hot for Teach, but he says that he doesn't find her annoying, which is progress for her. And then blonde dude threatens her because threatens the teacher because he's like, "Hey, if you break her heart, if you hurt her and lead her on, you're gonna have to answer to me." And then teacher's like, "Well, what if I end things in a way that doesn't result in her being upset?" Like implying like, "I'm gonna. What if I go out with her though?
Break her? What if I fucking blast her back out? Whatever the expression is.
What will break first, her spirit or her body?"
Oh my god.
So yeah, then we get the gang walking down the street in a line.
Sorry, go on.
Walking down the street together in a line, and she's reflecting like, "Oh my god, I got to make all these friends." But two of them are barely people. Two of them are basically not even characters, really, though.
Not yet.
And that's the end of the show, is that she got to make all these friends because she was in love with this dude, and there's no sort of really romantic
The real
resolution.
Blue Spring ride was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, that was just me talking a lot. I mean, I guess you guys probably haven't seen it super recently, so your insights aren't going to be the most, razor sharp. But I really loved the show for like the first 4 episodes. I went so far as to say that it gave me big cums.
You did tweet that it gives you big cums.
How many big cums out of 10 did you have?
Well, if there's 12 episodes, I'm going to rate it out of 12. I give this 5 big cums.
That's pretty good.
Maybe it's 6 or 7, because like there's some stuff that it's a little bit front loaded, and I think the middle of the show really has a bunch of like issues as far as like the orienteering trip didn't really do much for me, and the weird flashback with the girl from middle school that ended up not being abandoning her because of her a boy trubs didn't do much for me either. But then we get stuff where they're on the riverbank and he's pinning her, and he's like, what if some
is that what you're looking for in shoujo?
That's just good stuff.
Of course it is. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like it completely changed your whole sort of like libido. Like you described them being superimposed over stars as hot, which I don't think is something you would have said before. That doesn't seem
like something that Edge Ethan would say.
That's not very edgy, man. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't know if you can say shit like that.
Oh, dude, them being against the stars was fucking gay, bro.
Thank you.
Fucking gay, dude. So gay.
What ethnic group do you associate it with?
Probably the Native American Indians,
which you refer to as.
Well, it depends on which tribe. They could be Hopis. They could be.
Got them. Got their ass. Fucking Hopis.
I'm speaking of, if we have any, if one of the 2 people listening to the show is Native American, you've got a peyote plug. Hook us up. We'll come on a vision quest with you.
Yeah, if any Brazilian Native Americans are hanging out there on the feed, hit us. Yeah. Subscribe.
Yeah, I had high hopes for the show. I really enjoyed the beginning of it. It kind of lost me for a bit, but in the end, I don't regret watching it. It's just not as magical as it could have been. It didn't live up to my highest and wildest shoujo dreams. Really.
What are you hoping for then?
I don't know. I was thinking more grand romance. Really, like there's not a lot of grand romantic gestures in this show. There's a couple, but even there's as romantic as like he got off the train for me. Not so much like really dramatic ones where it's kind of stretches the line of credulity. But I think my honestly my opinion of shoujo might have been tainted because Karikano's so fucking good. So I've been watching Karikano again, and it's so perfect that it hurts. And that's about as good as it gets for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You should watch.
But maybe.
Oh God, what was that romance that people liked? Shit.
Yeah, no, there. I just like the genre in general, but it's this one was fine, a little bit underwhelming maybe.
Yeah, but we spec'd really hard into shoujo on this one, and all of everything associated, the goods, the bads, just went all in.
Yeah, it might have been too shoujo. It might not have enough novelty to it really, because the characters are not really bringing much new to the table at all. as far as like. If you look at something like My Little Monster, there's a unique dynamic going on. I mean, it just takes tropes and kind of pushes them to the nth degree, where the romantic interest is like a complete crazy person, you know, and a total idiot. And there's none of these characters stick out in the grand pantheon of shoujo characters, because and they all fall into line with the tropes that you would expect them to. It's just a little bit disappointing. Just a little disappointing. I don't know.
I feel you.
What was your opinions on this show? How did you feel about this show, Tucker?
I remember liking it just because, seasonal stuff. You just get a good shoujo, and what's not to like, right? What else was airing?
Maybe my expectations were too high.
Was this summer?
Might be it.
2014.
I don't know really how you would have high expectations for this show.
Because I like the genre. I'm a sucker for it.
Okay, so that's.
But people said this was, when I was looking into it, it was generally pretty well liked, and I enjoyed other stuff of this ilk.
This was airing the same season as Sabagebu. That's almost a shoujo.
That's a good show.
Did you watch it?
I watched a couple episodes of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sword Art Online 2. Hey, look. Hey. Same season.
Sweet.
Yeah. I don't know if I have much other to say in this show. I just talked for like a straight 20 minutes, so it takes a lot out of me. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, welcome to the fucking club, man.
Yeah. It's so much easier to be on the side quipping and just throwing out hot one-liners.
I was trying to quip more, but I just kept trying to find stuff I just kept skimming through the show. And now I'm just trying to find this other show that I'm looking for, because it's going to bother me forever if I don't
say I love you.
No.
Suki, that show was good shoujo. I actually really like that one.
Oh,
that is a good shoujo
I haven't
show.
seen it. I've only seen the Demo D review where he says it's awful.
I actually thought that was pretty alright.
Interesting.
Yeah, what shoujos do you enjoy, Sam?
Cardcaptor Sakura.
That's not that's a Maho shoujo. That's hardly. It's Sailor Moon. Well, when we talk about shoujo, I mean that's sort of like a demographical thing. When we talk about shoujo, we're talking about
shoujo
bony, boring girl protagonist,
See,
and it's a romance.
The issue that I'm having. Oh, I liked. Oh no, that's yaoi. I'm having a lot of trouble thinking of shoujo shows I've watched.
I liked Paradise Kiss. I thought
Paradise Kiss was good.
It was okay.
Yeah, I was into it.
Yeah.
Like if you gave me a seasonal list of the past 3 years, I'll probably tell you what I liked.
Because like if you look at something like Ori Monogatari, like there's a new gimmick.
Oh, Ori Monogatari is good.
And then like Lovely Complex obviously has
also very good.
She's super big and he's not, and like that's enough to really give it kind of a little bit of flavor, Yeah, this is like an adequate. This is like an adequate rendition of the genre. It doesn't bring the spice that I'm looking for. Doesn't rock my socks off. Yeah.
So you just need more eroticism.
Yeah, eroticism would be good. I want to see dudes like collarbones more.
Collarbones more. Okay. Wait, was there a sentence before that and you cut out, or did you just say I want collarbones more?
I wanted to see more collarbones.
Okay.
A scene where the girl accidentally has her shirt off and is in her bra would be good.
But it had that just for a boy.
If just more sex in general.
So you want a shoujo where they fuck a whole bunch?
No, they don't even have.
I could find some of those for you.
Karikano's good, but like more sexuality in general. It's pretty sterile. This one kind of lacked the spice I was looking for.
You, boy,
I like my
male. It's for ladies. This is the most sexual show in the world for a girl.
But Carrie Connell's got that scene where they bone.
That scene is so ridiculous.
It's great.
It's so funny.
There's water droplets on leaves.
Oh my god! Just like a white blob like flying around the screen. Fuck, man, that shit's ridiculous.
But that's what makes it entertaining.
I want my shoujo shows to be virile.
There you go. Yeah, I want them to be. I want to watch it and be knocked up.
The show I was thinking of was Tsukigakirei, by the way. There's more romantic gestures in that, I think, but there's nothing sexual at all. That's just a romance that people liked. I thought it was okay.
Romantic gestures are a big deal to me. You know what? Who the fuck made Eden of the East? That person needs to make a fucking shoujo anime with that cinematic timing. Just give me that.
Cinematic shoujo timing.
Oh, come on. Tell me that doesn't get your blood going.
I don't even know what that means. It doesn't mean... The joke with cinematic timing is that it doesn't mean anything, doesn't it?
No, it did mean something. It has an implication, you know. Just really stellar direction, you know, in a way.
Okay. I mean, if you want really stellar direction... Well, it's not really a romance or a shoujo. It's just like a meta harem, but Monogatari is... I don't know if it's good directing, but there's a lot of it.
One might say that's all of Shaft shows.
Yeah, well, I mean, they go hard in Monogatari.
I've liked what I've seen of Kimi no Todake so far, so I'm going to keep watching that. But
yeah. I mean, that's the least sexual. That's the one where they don't kiss for, 80 chapters or whatever. You know?
I don't know. What, do they fucking Marmalade Boy?
I doubt it. But I bet it's that. I don't know. I bet it's fun.
I propose that we end the show on. Oh wait, that's a yaoi.
I don't care. What do you want us to end the show on?
That seemed like a good out to me.
What, like a song or?
No. It seems like a good out of when Sam was saying it's like they're good shoujo, and then he remembered it was.
You're not
yaoi.
still recording. Are you still recording then? Though.
I'm still recording.
Okay.
I'm still recording
because we gotta plug our stuff because this is a podcast, and that's what you're supposed to do at the end of a podcast. Our Twitter account is @gangstalking, STOCKING. Please follow. You can also find our personal accounts there. Also, give us a call, give us a ring, leave us a message. You can send us text 419-777-8625. I think that's 419-77 stock, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. CK25. I think it's 77 stock. 419-77.
We're so desperate.
Again,
we're so desperate. We'll play literally anything.
We've been saying this. Yeah, we'll play it on the show. We'll give you a good riff. We might riff on you if you sound funny. You can riff on us. We sound like we sound like we're 6 months into HRT, so I don't care. Do whatever. Call Sam a hook-nosed kike. I'm not gonna endorse that. I'm not gonna be happy about it.
Why am I being attacked?
I know. I'm gonna be like, whoa, dude, why'd you say that? But I'm just saying that's what you could do if you were to give us a call. So
find me on Twitter @ShakiraButMail. New name, Barbecue Satan. We're out here.
Display name. Yeah, excellent content you will find when we're not releasing podcasts.
I think our Twitter pages are better than our episodes at this point.
Yeah, because they're actually curated somewhat.
I just had this realization that I thought we were way further into this season of anime than we were.
What? We can't be any further. There's only like 1 week left.
Wait, what's the next season?
It starts in April, man. We're a week out.
Wait, no, hold on a second. I just Googled this. What is the season? It's
spring. Starts in like a week.
Why am I on AniLinks or livechart.me? Why am I getting stuff that is currently airing?
Because it's showing you winter.
Oh, this is... oh my god, there's so much carryover.
Oh, a lot of 2 core shows.
Hey, you gonna be on our season recap, Sam?
Fuck yeah, I am.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Wow,
yeah.
There's a new Strike Witches next season?
Woo! Fuck
what
yeah.
What the fuck? There's a new Gundam.
Yeah, yay.
Oh, that, did you guys ever watch Touch? or like Cross Game, the
No.
Mitsuru Adachi stuff.
I never did.
No.
They're actually
Cross Game's
making
the baseball one.
Yes, that
Okay.
is one of my favorite animes of all time.
That's a romance.
That is a
It is.
phenomenal show. That author is great, and he is making a new anime, and it looks like it's straight out of the 80s, and I love it.
Nice. Oh, is that Mix?
Yes. Oh my god, I am so excited for that.
We get lots of shorts too, and I'm excited because I love shorts.
Is Ikuhara's show coming out next season, or is that like summer or something? Sarazanmai? Is that soon?
What? They're doing a new fucking Fruits Basket?
Yep.
Yes,
Oh,
where
yeah,
have you
baby.
been?
Sarazanmai is in 16 days. We should watch the original Fruits Basket.
No.
Isn't that,
I don't
like,
want I don't
ridiculous
think
amount of episodes?
I don't want to watch Fruit. Wait. The person who
Oh, yeah, it is
did
24 episodes.
what was the butterfly girl? What was her fucking with the big ass titties?
Butterfly
She's
girl,
blonde.
big ass titties.
She has a butterfly hairpin, and she was all over everything.
Excel World?
No, she had big ass tits.
Oh,
She's like on like
I have no idea. That just describes too many. I don't know.
like
I'm excited for the next Tatsunoko production.
Which is?
I'm not excited about that.
Send us emails at podcast@gangstalking.com.
So how about that Persona 5 re-release?
Oh yeah, Persona 5 R. You know what the R stands for?
Retard.
Yes.